Hey everybody, it's Joe from Gadgetry Tech, and this video is all about a new and exciting product, the StealthZ, but this time it's for a hi-fi headphone, in this case the Sennheiser HD6XO lineup. I say the 6XO because this will fit a variety of pads, and there'll be information in the description to help you figure out which this is compatible with and which one it's not. But the general idea of this is to provide a cost-affordable alternative to the stock pads, because if your stock pads wear out or maybe you want different comfort properties, the original replacement pads are a little bit more expensive. They are great pads. I'm not knocking the stock pads, but the Stealth kind of came from a different lineup. So when I first introduced this was for other gaming headsets. We wanted to change the comfort, improve the soundstage and openness of headphones, and a few other benefits that you get from switching to this material. The stock pads that Sennheiser makes is fantastic. This video is not about dissing the stock pads. Very breathable, comfortable velour pad. The opening's quite nice as well, and you get this acoustic, dampening material in front of the driver that also protects it. So what happens over time is the stock pad might wear out, and that can change the sound quality, or that wearing out might change the comfort, or they just get nasty and you need to replace it with something new. So you have the option of going with the stock pads. You have the option of going with the freeze pad. Many other brands make amazing pads for this headphone at a variety of price points. The StealthZ is on the entry-level side of pricing because we wanted to provide a cost-affordable alternative that still gives you very comparable comfort and, in my opinion, improved comfort. When I say improved, one of the things that I want to point out is the way the foam is made inside the pad. This does affect sound quality, and I'll get into that shortly, but basically, if you press this in, you can see it's a rapid release foam. It's a little bit more stiff. Now I can still wear this, and obviously there's clamp force too to consider. So if you ever need to loosen the clamp, you can basically hold it like this and put your thumbs there to bend it out, and that'll help with comfort. But these pads are a little bit less compliant than what the StealthZ brings. The StealthZ is using a slow release memory foam that has been quite durable. This has been months of testing and kind of abusing it to see how well it'll hold up over time, and it's held its shape great. Taking a closer look at how these pads compare to each other, I want to show you just how easy this is to remove and swap. So the stock pad process, you can basically just put your hand inside and pull this off, and the more you've done this, the easier it gets. You also have this scrim, or like acoustic foam, that's in front of this. This is helping to protect the driver and also attenuate some of the higher frequencies. I'm going to place this here on the side. Mine is wearing out. This headphone's a bit older now, and I've done enough swaps where, frankly, that's just going to have to be replaced soon anyway. So we have the stock pad here. I'm going to put this aside. The first reason why this is being pointed out is because the StealthZ has a replacement scrim included and stitched in. It makes the swap process super easy. And when we look at the pads next to each other, you can see comparable dimensions here. The most noticeable thing is both the freeze and the StealthZ gives you a little bit more width, so you get a little bit more ear clearance if you're worried about it touching the back of your ear, which is a common issue I've dealt with other pads in the past. The stock pad with the scrim weighs 16.67 grams per pad. Switching to the Wicked Cushions StealthZ, you increase the weight a little bit. It's at 22.86 grams. And then when we look at the freeze pad adds quite a bit of weight, and that brings it to 40.05 grams per pad. Part of that is because of that gel and that hybrid material. It does add some weight, but it's also what's giving that cooling effect when you first put it on. As far as overall comfort goes, one of the things I love about the StealthZ is because it has that soft memory foam. I wear blue light blocking glasses sometimes, so anytime I have a slow release memory foam, it helps alleviate the pressure with frames. Or if you're just wearing prescription glasses, that can be a benefit as well. So I showed you how easy it is to remove the pad. Now I want to show you how easy it is to install it. And the StealthZ makes it even easier because the scrim is built in right here. So it has a very nice snap that you just press in, and you'll hear it click into place. And just like that, you're done. So now you have the pad swap done, which is going to lead me to sound quality. Now I believe in full transparency, and I'm going to be upfront. Most aftermarket pads, I'd say 90 to 95% of them out there, have some kind of trade-off in sound quality over the stock pad. What those trade-offs are will vary between pad to pad, but I always want to preface that, and I also want to be upfront and say the Stealth is no different. The StealthZ was designed to incorporate EQ to some capacity, because what you cannot EQ is comfort. I really wanted a pad to feel a certain way, because that's what you feel in your skin, that's what you wear and interact with every single day. When you look at the sound signature and the frequency response, you can see it's generally the same type of frequency response, but it's tilted downward. This is a byproduct of a few things. The pad cushion itself is a little bit less dense because it's that soft memory foam, so you lose some of the high frequency energy. And because the pad's a little bit thicker and more open, that also reduces some of the efficiency in the higher frequencies, which makes it sound darker. So if you want a brighter sounding sound, you have to do EQ. Otherwise, the brightest sound signature I've seen for the Sennheiser lineup is just staying with the stock pad. Almost every aftermarket pad I've seen has made the headphones sound darker to some capacity. Conversely, if you find the stock Sennheiser headphones sound a little bit too bright or abrasive, not everyone does, but a few select people do. Switching to an aftermarket pad can help kind of tamper that off, and the Stealth is going to help with that. This is also going to help make the headphones sound warmer and more bassy, which can help with certain music content if you crave more bass, or maybe you want just a little bit more warmth and immersion on the gaming side as well. If you have the ability to apply custom parametric EQ, you only need to make a few changes. Basically, you're just re-tilting it back up by adding some extra emphasis in the higher frequencies. And by doing so, you're benefiting from the comfort of the new Stealth Pad swap, and now you're getting the sound quality you like, or maybe you're just tuning it to taste anyway, and you just want the better comfort. The Stealth is kind of a blend between the sound signature of the Wicked Cushion Freeze Pad and the stock pad, so if you have the Freeze Pad already, the Stealth is going to bring back some of that mid and high frequency energy that the stock pad has, so think of it as a good crossover between them both. And that about wraps up this relatively short but exciting for me video, just because this is like a passion project. And what I always say to people is you can't EQ comfort. So having a pad that feels good to wear and lets you appreciate your headphone without distractions is such an important and often underestimated quality of life feature that you want your headphone to have. With the sound quality side, it's always going to come down to personal preference. And I think that if you do some EQ, you can bring back a lot of that sound that the stock pad had, or you might like that this is bringing in some extra bass and warmth to a headphone that you felt might have been lacking in that regard. So I hope this video helped address any questions or concerns you may have had, and at least explain what the Stealth Pad is and what that does for your Sennheiser headphone. Thank you so much for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.